I'm with Mama, the wife of our very own professor, Professor Wande Abimbola. Please, Ma, can you tell us your name and who you are with the family here?
Thank you. I'm the wife of the Awishe. My name is Michelle Ajisebo Osasona Egbenike Abimbola Asoju Esin Ati Asa Yoruba Miyanifa, and a professor at Boston College and a proud member of the Kishilola lineage.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Where were you given the chieftaincy of the Asoju Asha? Can you talk about it?
Sure. Professor Tony Vandermeer, Awalakisa, myself, and Chinese Babalao from Venezuela were given this title by the Oni of Ife of yesterday in 2013. Yes, yes. He was very interested in what we might call diversity, equity, and inclusion, and insofar as the global reach of Yoruba religion is considered.
So, how long have you been into the sachet and what was your interest? What brought you into it?
Oh, we have this concept in Yoruba religion called Ori,
Oui, then.
your inner head, your
Mm,
spiritual self.
mm.
So I think I was involved in Yoruba religion before I knew what it was, even as a child. Um, but people don't realize that I was practicing Yoruba religion long before I met my husband. So, um, as he would say, essentially, if you want to boil our religion down to a sentence, we would say it's the worship of the ancestors and the worship of nature. And so we've been doing that our whole lives. Um, when I lived in East Africa in 1993 and returned to the United States, I realized how devoid of spiritual essence daily life was there, and also how absent a spiritual foundation was from movements for freedom and liberation and justice. And so that was how I began searching for a spiritual foundation that brought these elements of nature and ancestors and liberation together, and discovered global Africana religious traditions, and was then brought closely to Yoruba and met my husband and became a little bit more well informed.
Are you initiated and into what? Orisha.
Of course. I'm initiated to Ogun, Egbe, and Difa, of course.
Okay. So, how has it been in this space, Isashi, and how does it feel for you? Even seeing people, black, the Yoruba seeing you, how do they feel like seeing Oyinbo practicing? What does it feel like?
Here in Nigeria,
Yes. And even over there, when they see you, when they come around.
well, people aren't always comfortable with contradictions. So here we have an African religious tradition, and I don't claim anything that I'm not. I'm a white woman. I was born to Irish and Italian ancestors. Um, and I'm very clear that I think it's an important time for white people to begin to try and make ancestral amends for some of the evils that have been done to the black people of the world globally. And until all of us are coming together to try and right some of those wrongs, we can't reverse the past, but we can work towards a better future. People here in Nigeria are very committed to the idea that Ilefe is the home of all humankind, of all creation. People say, welcome home. Um, I mentioned to you when we spoke the other day that it makes me a little bit sad that people become interested in their own ancestral tradition when they see Oyibo doing it. But I realize that that's a result of what Ngugi wa Thiong'o will call the cultural bomb. The people have been led to believe that their own thing is worthless and they should replace it with European tradition instead. Um, uh, that's not a role that I reject, but it's one that makes me feel sad that that's the state the world has come to.
Okay, so is there a concept in the Yoruba traditional landscape that stood out or stand out even till now for you? Maybe the concept of Ori, and can you talk about it in Yoruba? Say some word. If you want to eulogize Ori, they'll say Ori atetenira, atetegbeni kufosa. Lẹ́yìn Ori.
Yeah.
Is there any other concept, or is this just a concept if you had to explain the Yoruba traditional religion for someone? What was an important concept you would put out there or explain?
So, Ifeanyi bàbá rolóró ẹni sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ládàá adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà Ifá ń lọ lẹ́gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ lágbàlá mo gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ mo dìwìn Ọ̀rúnmìlà ìlà sóde Ifá ló gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ lágbàlá mo gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ mo dìwìn.
Ó ní mo gbé gúngún múlẹ̀, mo
Ṣé mo
díwìn
dìwìn
o.
o? Mo gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ mo dìwìn Ọ̀rúnmìlà ìlà sóde
Ifá ló gbé gúngún múlẹ̀ lágbàlá.
mo gbẹ́ góńgó múlẹ̀ mo dìwìn. So our ancestors brought us to where we are today. And when we make a covenant with them, we ourselves become immortal. It's through them that we live, and it's through our descendants that we continue to live.
Okay, so how do we come? Can you explain that? How do we come from our ancestors? How?
You know, people underestimate the power of stories. So it's when we remember people's names and people's stories that we remember them. When we continue to tell their stories, they never die. So, in the same way that Ifa is the most vast corpus of ancient indigenous knowledge, it's also a composite of more than 200,000 stories. Stories that were carried in the minds of ancient Babalaos and Iyanifas, who, at the same time, the Europeans who were trying to convince us were not intelligent, they were carrying these thousands of stories in their brains. So while we're being told that so-called literacy is the mark of intelligence, what we need to remember is that when we write these stories down, we've instantly antiquated them. But when we carry them in our minds and in our mouths, they stay alive forever. So by continuing to chant the stories of Ifa, continuing to remember the travails of our ancestors, continuing to cast Ifa in times of celebration and times of tribulation, we're not only learning how to organize our life in accordance with the spirit world, we're making a connection with all the people since time immemorial who have been in a similar situation, who have had a similar encounter with Ifa, done similar sacrifices to reach a similar good result. So not only are we connecting with the ancestral realm in a general way, we're making a very clear and straight line connection with everybody else who has ever chanted or cast or received that same divination.
Okay.
And when I say people, I don't just mean human people. I'm talking about the anthropomorphized cosmos of Ifa. So those people include rivers, lakes, streams, oceans, trees, flowers, rocks, all natural things.
Okay, do you want to chant one of the Ifa for us? Maybe Anesha Ifa you want to use to advise people in this line we've just spoken about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You chanted.
It's a yeah. That was an essay that I just chanted for you.
You
Yeah.
chanted the Jubi already. Let's chant uh, um, Oyeku Meji.
Sir?
Oyeku Meji. Yeah. Àgbàyẹ̀kúyẹ̀kú orí gbá. Oh, yeah.
Àgbà
Everybody.
yẹkuyẹku orí gbá, ìgbà wo àgbàyẹkẹtẹ ọ̀sọ̀kalẹ̀, adífá fún ọlọ́mọ, àwáyé kú, wọ́n nírú àìkú, ó ṣe kó pa á, ogún ọdún ni o, òkè ń bẹ láìkú báńbáń, báńbáń ní tòkè, òkè, òkè báńbáń, ìgbà ọdún ni o. Òkè bẹ láìkú báńbáń, báńbáń ní tòkè, òkè, òkè báńbáń.
Ìgbà gbogbo lòkè ń bẹ láìkú gbáyìngbáyìn.
Báńbáń ní tòkè, òkè, òkè báńbáń.
Òrì méjì kọ́ dákun kọ́ bá wa ṣe.
Pàbí
Pàbí
ọ̀sánjá, ọ̀sánjá làwòrán lóde torí. Àkàtàǹpó jagun odò bìrì kálẹ̀, àjọ fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Ifá lọ táyé olúfẹ́ oòrùn sọ bí ẹni tí ń sọba. Ta ló wá bá wa táyé wa wọ̀nyí sọ? Ewé ọ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀ tilẹ̀ sọ. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ni wọ́n bá wa táyé wa wọ̀nyí sọ. Ewé ọ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀ tilẹ̀ sọ. Bàràpẹ̀tù ni wọ́n bá wa táyé wa wọ̀nyí sọ. Ewé ọ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀ tilẹ̀ sọ.
All right? Is that okay?
Yes. I don't know if Iroko want to say anything.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the mic is on you.
Well, I've been initiated for almost 10 years now, basically. Yeah. So
At birth, you were initiated to Ogun.
that's true. To Ifa. I was initiated to Ogun, Obatala, Ifa, and Ajaguna. So I'm cultured all around, really. But since birth, I've been connected to Ifa and everything because of my parents, and just spiritually, I felt a connection to all of it. And my advice as younger generation is that we should be practicing this older, more ancient cultures, because I believe newer cultures today that have a ideology that you should be converting other people and you should be making other people join your religion. I don't find any good in that. I think what's best is to welcome others in and freely and appreciate the fact that we still can be practicing a culture that has been prominent for thousands and thousands of years. That's all.
Say something about how does being a Babalao affect your life in school?
In school.
Work.
Well, as an
Sports.
Ogun priest, you can't lie. You must always speak truthfully and be honest. So, as a person, that's shaped me for who I am. I try my best to be honest, to tell the truth, to make sure people don't see me as someone who, unlike other people my age who will be lying to their parents, will be not telling the truth about what is right. I find that, especially when you're someone my age, the best path to follow is honesty.
Honesty is the best policy.
And with sports, I've been playing sports all my life, whether surfing, soccer, basketball,
Something on
anything.
the oceans?
Yeah. So before I ever go and play, I pray to Ifa, to my orishas, to bless me and to
Too strong.
make me strong and to help me play better than I ever have before. Whether that comes true or not, I still know that I have someone there with me to guide me, to make sure I don't get any serious injuries, anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Èèyàn gidi ni ọmọ mi.
Yeah, can you say something in Yoruba? Ṣá lè sọ̀rọ̀ ṣókí pé kí ni àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àṣàyàn ọ̀rọ̀ tó lè sọ ní Yorùbá?
Mo gbọ́ Yoruba, I just need to work on my speaking. That's my real problem. I can understand the Ifa we're chanting. It's just when it comes to relaying it back in Yoruba, I'm not too good at it. No, as yet. I'm on
Okay.
it.
I told Baba the other day that I will bring a copy of my book. I published this.
This
She's not
is your own
Satan.
book.
Yes.
I brag.
I only have this copy here, but it's on Amazon. It's on Apple Books.
Do you know that I've been citing this book with my students?
Oh, really?
Yes, because people are always trying to draw this equivalency. So we talk about the problem is actually one of translation, not a philosophical equivalency here. So I'm so happy. It's an honor to meet the author of this book. Thank you. Yeah. Continue to spread this message. It's very important. Very important. You're helping to deconstruct the denigration of our religion. Thank you.
I'm pleased. Ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀.
Thank you.
Baba want to say something.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́
Yes, sir.
Shigani.
adéwájú yín.
Àṣẹ o, àṣẹ. Àṣẹ o.
Elébárí
Àṣẹ, àṣẹ.
Àyìnlá Kúnlé
Àṣẹ.
Àkòyá Ibi
Sure.
ẹ̀ṣọ́.
Yes, sir. I signed on it to the Professor Wande Abimbola's family. Yeah,
Thank you so
I'm
much.
pleased. Thank you.
You should continue to promote this idea.
Yeah.
I even have students who are from Yoruba families who ask me when we talk about cosmology and Eshu, Elegbara, Eshu Odara. They say, oh, this is the devil, yes? No, you have been badly brainwashed. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Translation is a problem. Some things are not translatable. Some things you only know if you feel them in your spirit.
Thank you.